The following program has been rated PG-13.
All right, Israel. Now, I just wanted to come in front of you and address this whole issue about the impeachment of President Donald Trump. Now, I am so sick and tired of our people being so gullible and being so ignorant when it comes to these types of issues and these types of scenarios here in this country. Number one, impeach simply means to bring up a charge against a political or public officer that is currently serving in office. It is a charge brought against them. All right. It's an indictment. That's all it is. As you can see, Donald Trump is still in office, but our people are jumping up and down with excitement because the man has been impeached. And I'm like, why? What does that have to do with you? It has nothing to do with you. Israel has bigger fish to fry. Now, do you find this in any coincidence that this whole impeachment debacle came directly after their failed attempt of this unorthodox Jewish grocery store owner's shooting in Jersey City? The reason why they went ahead and put this impeachment thing out there, it was a backup, just in case that failed. We have to go ahead and get everyone's minds off of what just happened. This failed attempt to accuse this man of, number one, being a black Hebrew Israelite, or Hebrew Israelite, which the Bible never calls his people at all. We're Israelites. It never calls us that. They give us that name to identify us as a hate group like the Black Panthers. But you never hear them talking about the KKK, though. The biggest hate group on the planet, right? But you never get that, though. But here you have them talking about these black Hebrew Israelites, these black identity extremists. And they were so uneducated about our laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave us that it says, thou shalt not kill. And now the Israelite community stood up and said, wait a second, no, that's not how we operate. Even though in their churches, a lot of them have the 10 Commandments posted, and they still did not look at that one little minor detail. That right there tells you who's in charge, who's running the show, and it's none other than the Most High God running the show. Now, when the Most High tells us, Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that we need to gather ourselves together, O nation not desired, I think the Most High knows what he's talking about. We need each other now more than ever. But what are we doing as a people? We're thotting it up on Instagram and TikTok and worrying about the stats of our sports teams versus doing what the Bible tells us to get together, all of us, and start bringing up these issues, start teaching each other what the scriptures actually say versus what your Sunday pastor is telling you, and come together as a nation so that we can start to battle these things. We battle that by keeping the commandments and doing God's word. That is how we battle this. Not with guns, not with violence, with commandments. That's it. And I'm saying that right now because I already know that they're out there trying to brand us as a hate group and that we're going to act with violence. No, we're not going to act with violence. The Most High is going to take care of all that. All we have to do is do what he told us to do, which is keep the commandments. That is how we succeed. That is the formula for our success. Keep the commandments. We don't need to run out there and shoot up anybody. We don't need to go out there and stab anyone. Quite frankly, we don't need to go out and protest either. All we have to do is start keeping the commandments and the shift changes. That's it. And that is something that nobody can get around. They can't get around it, and neither can we. That is all we have to do. That is the formula. And until we do that, we're still going to suffer these things because right now, if you're not familiar, we are living in the book of Revelation. We are in the last book now. And the Most High promised, he said there's going to be persecution and execution, both. This is why we continue to get shot down in the streets. This is why our children go missing. This is why. We're not following what the Most High told us to do. We are disobedient to his word, and we have to stop being disobedient. We must. That is a must. Because right now what's going on the earth is exactly what happened in Genesis. They were being merry and drinking and not giving a care about anything. And then what happened? The rain came. And Noah tried to warn them. And it left 8 people on the face of the planet. That's exactly what's happening right now. Drinking, being merry, not giving a care to anything. Oh, I don't care nothing about what that Bible says. Yeah, whatever. I'm doing me right now. I got to make a TikTok video. And then what happened? The fire's coming. Just like we talked about before in other lessons. And it's coming fast. So this is, again, a warning out there to my people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And for all the other nations, guess what? I'm not apologizing, but I have no control over what the Most High says. Okay? This is not a hate campaign. This is, hey, I got to take care of my people. I have a responsibility for taking care of my people, as the scriptures says. I can't do anything about that. And I'm not going to spare anyone's feelings versus listen to the Most High. I'm going to do what he told me to do. And for anyone that's offended by that, hey, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But that's just the way it's going down. And that's the attitude that we all have to have as Israelites, and especially Israelite men. We have to do what the Most High told us to do, which is to get out there and teach our people the commandments and keep them ourselves, so that we are preaching what we practice, not practice what we preach. That's what we have to do, Israel. And let the Most High take care of the rest. There's no need to be violent. No need to protest. All we got to do is keep the commandments. And that's it. There's no hatred, just obedience. I like that. I'm going to say that again. There's no hatred, just obedience. Because I'm telling you right now, if the role was reversed, which it technically is right now, these other nations don't give a damn about us, as we already know they don't care about us. We know that. World history confirms that. And the big problem that they have right now is that world history is now lining up with biblical history and prophecy. And it can't be refuted. So I don't want anyone coming to me talking about hatred. No, this is not hatred. This is obedience. I have to do what my father told me to do. And that's just the bottom line. That's it. I mean, can y'all really blame us for wanting to stick together after all the things y'all do to us? After the things that you currently do to us right now? What's going on in Libya right now? Slavery is still happening in Libya. And they try to keep that out of the current news, but you can't do that. Let us not forget about all the recent killings. Let us not forget about how they just shot one of our Israelite queens through a window. So this stuff is still going on. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. This is not hatred. This is obedience. And Israel, gotta say it, we are not doing a very good job at being obedient. But that can change. Israel, keep the commandments. All right? That's it. And until next time, I'm out.